Hey everybody, it's been a really long time. I'm still here, just been really busy and not recording lately. But I am here today to rant. I am in my room, sitting on my bed, and I have locked myself in here with this little cutie pie. She needed to eat, and I've been sitting here feeding her. By the way, this is Gemma. This is my little micro preemie. Say hi. Look, Gemma, say hi, hi. Hi, hi. There's Gemma. She's been doing okay, if you're wondering. Anyway, she is now 10 months old, almost 7 months adjusted. So anyway, we're just sitting here feeding, taking a break, and I figured I would tell you why I am in my room right now. So it's 4:15 on Tuesday. I have been gone like all afternoon. Gemma had an appointment today with the eye doctor, and they have to dilate her eyes, and it takes a long time because they have to put the drops in, and you have to wait. And this specialist is like a 40-minute drive. So first I had to drop off the 2-year-old. My grandma's babysitting, and so drove out of the way, dropped her off, drove all the way to the appointments, and I'm sitting there waiting in the waiting room, and then I go finally in the room. Finally, I get, they do her drops, and I have to wait like half an hour at least before the drops kick in. And it was just a very long appointment. And I made the mistake of not eating lunch before I went because I wasn't hungry then, but I was there for hours. By the time I left, I was so hungry. I was hangry, really. So I was driving, left there thinking, oh my gosh, like I'm not going to get to my kid's school in time. Because I didn't think the appointment would take that long, and the traffic was stupid. So I go to call my grandma who's watching my 2-year-old and asked to ask her if she could go pick up the kids from school because she lives right by the school. And she's great about helping me. She's very helpful. And she originally said, oh, hey, if you can't get them in time, let me know because I could leave your 2-year-old here with grandpa and just quickly run over and pick them up and come back, and you could just come to my house and get them all. So I tried calling her like 4 times, and she wasn't answering her phone. So finally, I get an answer, and it turns out that my grandpa had taken the car to the store, and there was no car, so she couldn't go pick them up. And here I am, like a ways away from the school, and it was coming up on dismissal in like 15 minutes or whatever. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm just going to have to do the best I can. So I drive to the school. I hit all the stupid out-of-school traffic. And sorry about the noise. She's playing with the rattle. Entertaining herself. So I'm to the point now where I'm like, I can't even deal with this anymore. I'm so hungry, and the baby needs to eat, and I've got to pick up these kids, and I'm not going to be able to feed myself once I pick them up. And I already knew they were in aftercare because they automatically send them in aftercare once pickup time's over. So I'm like, whatever, they're already in aftercare anyway. What's another 5 minutes? So I stop, pick up some food. Finally, I'm like just shoving food in my mouth while I'm driving. And finally get to the school, like 25 minutes after school was dismissed. Pick up the kids. Luckily, my grandma still has my 2-year-old. And I get all the way over there, get them in the car. We are not even 2 blocks from the house or from the school. And I already have this like World War III going on in my car. Because Caleb, my 8-year-old, who's my special boy, he has some sensory issues, but he also has self-control. He is not cognitively impaired. He should have the self-control to be able to ignore things that drive him crazy. So my 5-year-old was in the back seat of my minivan, and he was eating a snack, and he was chewing, I guess, loudly, because he always does. And Caleb was flipping out that Judah was chewing loudly. And my thing is, I tell him to ignore him. Of course he doesn't. And then it gets to a point where I can't take it, and he can't take it, and nobody can take it. So I turn music on. I know this is bad, but I'll turn music on, and I'll just turn it louder and louder and louder until I tell him, oh, can you still hear him chewing? So I have like my stereo up and he's like crying, turn it down, turn it off, Mom. And I'm like, no, because you could still hear him chewing, right? And he's like, no, I can't. I don't want to listen to the music either. And I'm like, well, then stop complaining. So I finally turn it off and he goes right back to complaining again. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't do this anymore. So I'm like, you are in so much trouble when we get home. They're both screaming at each other. And then finally Judah's done eating and Caleb is like, you know, finally is quiet for like two seconds. And then he starts complaining and kicking the seat and screaming that Judah was eating his boogers. And he can't handle Judah eating his boogers. I'm like, Judah's in the seat behind you. How do you even know he's doing that? And he's like, because I see him and it's disgusting. It makes me want to puke. And he's going on and on. And I'm like, then don't turn around. But he can't keep himself from turning around. And he said that he can't help but see him. And he knows he's doing it. And it's grossing him out. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. Like, I can't. What am I going to do? Like, there's no winning here. So I'm telling him to be quiet. He's not listening to me. We're all the way into the driveway. I'm screaming. I called my husband and put him on speaker so that he could let him have it. And he threatened him. And they were like, no. And then he hung up and it went right back to the same thing. So we got home and I said, all right, you know what, you guys, since you guys don't respect me enough to not scream at me and throw tantrums and fight with each other, guess what? You're not getting any food out of the pantry. You can have fruit or vegetables. And we have a chain and I locked the pantry door so they can't get in there. And I told them I wasn't going to help them with their homework either. I know, bad mom. But guess what? I'm not going to go out there and deal with these two that are going to like just fight. So I literally told them, eat some fruit. And I locked the pantry and I locked my room. And I said, do your homework. And I came in here to feed the baby. And you know what? I don't really care what they're doing. They've been really quiet out there. So either they're getting into trouble or maybe they came to their senses. They're probably getting in trouble, but whatever. I will deal with the homework situation later. Because right now, I got to feed this kid. And I just need a mommy minute here. This is the terrible time of the day. So anyways, I'm sure many of you can empathize and understand what it's like to have kids this age. 5-year-old boy, 8-year-old boy, after school time. Yeah, it's not fun for anybody when they're acting like this. Anyway, that's my rant. I'll talk to you guys all soon. Bye.